It's been 25 years since the Fab Five first set foot on the Michigan campus. The first group of freshmen ever to start for a major college program, they led their teams to consecutive NCAA championship games in 1992 and 1993 and sparked a cultural revolution in the sport. In time, though, a scandal led to sanctions imposed by the university and the NCAA. The Final Four banners came down and a shroud of silence settled over the players and their era. Until now. The Fab Five are coming back to Ann Arbor on October 8th to discuss their experiences. And today, I'm sitting down with Fab Five member Jimmy King to talk about a team that continues to fascinate. Welcome back, Jimmy.
Thank you, Yago. Good to see you. Good to see you.
So I wonder if you could start by just telling us a little bit about your choice to come to Michigan and what it is that brought you here instead of the other places you might have gone.
Well, for me, it came down to what the degree was going to hold for me after my playing years. I think the marriage between academics and athletics led me to Michigan.
Do you feel that you had to make some compromises in terms of your academic goals?
You know, first day of practice, Coach Fisher pulled us in the circle and said, I know what I told you, but you're here to do one thing, and that's to play basketball. We were schooled how to speak publicly about the university, what to say, what not to say, and we took lumps. You know, we didn't always say the right thing, but one thing is for sure is that we spoke our mind. One thing about the Fab Five, we wanted to make sure that we had a legacy. We looked up to the Muhammad Ali's, the Jim Browns, you know, Bill Russells, the advocates that were in sports at a high level that spoke out on a platform.
It sounds to me, and even thinking back to some of the athletes you mentioned that you guys admired, if you had to sum it up in one word, the word might be freedom, right? That you all were about trying to embody a certain kind of freedom on the court, off the court, just as young men.
It's a game,
yeah.
And if you can't enjoy a game, something's wrong. And people were vilifying us over high-fiving, laughing, smiling, you know, slapping hands or chest bumping and all of that. Like, they were looking at us like, oh, look at these disrespectful kids. And we were like, what are y'all talking about? We're playing a game, and we're having fun kicking ass.
Right.
So, you know, what's the problem?
I wonder if you see the effects of any of the ways you played or your style of expression on the court, that you're watching a college game today or a pro game even, and you're thinking, oh, that wasn't there before we started it.
Oh yeah, to this day. Prior to us playing, there wasn't a lot of emotion, there wasn't a lot of style on the court, and we wanted to leave a legacy in bringing, you know, kind of a flavor to the game. It started with baggy being, you know, kind of the look.
Yeah.
So we wanted baggier shorts. The black shoes and black socks really came about on how can we create something that's going to stick out. Like today, when I talk to people all the time, I always laugh because I'm like, do you even know why you're wearing that? Like, do you know why you're wearing those shoes and those socks? And you know where that comes from? Because back then, if you wore black socks, it was like you were going to church.
Do you feel that sometimes people's perception of the team on the court is sort of distorted or partial?
Definitely, and we were substance. We weren't flash, even though we were known to be flashy. We were very fundamentally sound, and we added the flair, you know, to the layup, or we celebrated after we scored. However, we put in the work. You know, they can appreciate the athleticism, but then wouldn't appreciate the intelligence it took to make that play.
Right.
They almost kind of looked at it as if we were just cocky, full of ourselves, you know, when really we were confident and we were very calculating.
I wonder, you know, one major issue in college sports today has to do with the revenues generated with the merchandising and licensing deals and so forth. And in some ways, the Fab Five kind of broke the ground there. So I wonder if you could tell us anything about how that felt or what you experienced, since really that was kind of unknown territory at the time.
It was a very unique situation. It was an education in business that a lot of people don't get. We were approached by Nike, and they used to come to us. They would bring in huge duffel bags of gear, put them in front of us and say, whatever you choose, that's what we're going to push. So the first time we're kids, we were excited, like, oh, we're gonna, we out here representing Nike, Michigan, we made it, we're at the top. Then we realized they are exploiting our talents while the university is getting these contracts, yet we're restricted in what we can do. And that didn't seem fair, especially when it came to time to eat, and we were digging in our pockets, didn't have any money, yet we look in the store and they're selling the shoes for $100, jerseys for $80. Just naturally, we were like, something's wrong here. We put our heads together, what can we do about it? So we called a meeting, asking to speak to executives at Nike about developing a groundbreaking, way to pay college students. If you can't pay them outright, then create a stipend, maybe, they could do something after graduation, whatever. Just open up a conversation. They literally pushed back from the table, said thank you, and walked out. Didn't address it, anything. The perception is that, you're playing at Michigan, you have all these accolades, you have kind of this power, but you really don't. We spoke out about that, and literally that's around the time when we went from media darlings to the villain.
Right.
And it was literally overnight.
So you're here on campus now, but you're going to be coming back to campus again on October 8th at 2 p.m. What do you hope to accomplish? What do you hope happens during the event?
I just hope people show up.
Yeah, I hope people show up too. Yeah.
I just hope people show up and have fun and really, truly express whatever it is that they thought about that time.
Are you prepared for some of what people are going to share about their memories or sense to be angry or disappointment or a sense of betrayal?
I welcome it all, because the greatest thing is to finally have an open forum to hear. Before we can do anything, we got to hear what the issues are, and that way we can work together, because we're all one community until we realize that, we're just going to keep going around this carousel.
Right. I think we're going to manage that.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, Jimmy, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. You got a minute for this?
I got it.
Because we got just a minute.
I got it.
All right. Favorite spot on the Michigan campus?
Favorite spot? I would say the Brown Jug.
Favorite musical artist?
Ooh, good one. Ooh, artist, Prince.
Should college athletes be paid?
Absolutely.
Favorite food?
Favorite food, I would say,
All right, this is a lightning round, so we need to keep moving.
my bad.
No, you're good. I'm messing with you.
Any kind of chili. Chili is my favorite food.
If you could meet anyone, living or dead, who would it be?
Oh, good one. Is God
You can say anything.
I would love to just sit and talk with God, because that's just infinite wisdom.
That's good. What does Fab Five mean to you?
Fab Five means to me brotherhood, family, and community.
Thank you so much, Jimmy King.
And thank you, Yago.
My
brother. My brother. I love you.
I love you too.
Yeah, one take, you were talking about.
Stop me.
That's what I'm talking about.